what's going to happen?
It will cover. It will cover. But just remember one thing. If you're covering somebody that's white, right? Let's say you're covering somebody that's white. Color has a brain. It knows how to lift deposits, it knows what to do, right? The pigments and all that. If you're lifting white hair, there's nothing to lift. So it's lifting the color of the bowl. So now your color is a half a level lighter.
See, that's what we're done in school right now.
So now it covered, but your base is just a little lighter than you wanted it. And so you think it doesn't cover, they think it doesn't cover, it really covers the gray, it's just lighter. So
You want a deposit, not lift.
It's a posit. When you cover in gray, it has nothing to lift. When it's like
Right.
75 to 100%, there's really nothing to lift.
That's what I use when I color mine, just 10 bucks.
Tonight,
Now, question I have for you with the boost, just to get off that for a second.
yeah, it would fit.
With the high lift colors, could I use that boost to give it a little extra lift in there as well without?
50 lifts you to, like our high lifts are 11, like level 11, it makes you 12.
Okay, would it also lift a little on previously colored hair?
It'll break it.
So
It'll
low
break
lift,
it.
maybe a half shade.
Yeah. You know what we do with Boost too? You could take Boost and you could just mix it with the developer, right? It could take your toners out for a cleanse. If you have a client that's been coloring their own hair and you know the ends of the hair is like black by now because they mush it all in, you give them a little bath, takes it right out. Or you could go root to end on a regular base color and it will lift it 3 levels.
3.
Yes.
That's what I was at.
And then you can go down on what you want to put on it. It's in a controlled environment because you don't want to add nothing to it yet.
So it's like a safe soap cap.
It's right, exactly. It's a safe soap cap. There's a lot to do with Boost. A lot of people don't use Boost.
Or to make
Everybody eyeball this guy right here.
Chris!
I'm gonna give you a boost.
You have all the information,
Listen,
and you're the expert. You don't listen to me because I know
I
nothing.
said boost. I didn't mean cocaine, man.
And really, I didn't know because this guy is really good.
Yeah.
No,
This taught me something new.
Boost is a great tool for your toolbox. It's great to have. And I'll tell you something else. Let me ask you a question. Go ahead, I'm ready for you first.
Yeah, you said that we'll just give the name Safe Soap Cap. Your Boost plus developer. How much Boost versus developer?
Half and half.
Equal parts.
What are you using? 20 volume, 30? I guess it depends on how much you
It
want.
depends on what you want to lift, right?
And how long are we leaving it on for if we're wanting that 3-shade look?
So I would do like 30, 35 minutes, like a regular color, but I would definitely watch it.
Now, are we getting as much damage with this as we are with bleach? Because
No.
sometimes you have clientele that's like, I want to be platinum, but I don't want to use bleach. And
Right.
they're right along the edge of like a 7. So if we put a 10 on them, they're still going to pull warm. So we could put this on like a soap cap, rinse it off, and then apply
Yes,
it on.
because this, first of all, this is in a controlled environment, so it's only going so much. Lightener is progressive, right? And this has all the conditioning agents. As the CDP, we have CDP in our brand, which is conditions with a derivative of coconut oil.
It's like a soap
Oh,
protein.
nice.
Right. So it has, and so that's in there. So that helps. You know what I'm
Now,
saying?
with the boost, one more question on that.
Yes.
Say for instance, someone has new growth, we're trying to boost up the color on the ends, but the new growth, we don't want to really get anything on that, so would you recommend just taking it on the ends of the hair first? Or,
To do what?
okay, for instance, say myself, I wanted to go lighter with my hair.
Right.
But I'm solid white. All right, I'm gonna use boost to boost my color a little bit. Okay, with say 20 volume. It'll probably take it up a shade and a half.
Okay.
Okay? What about the roots? Would it do anything to the roots if after that I want to apply the color?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. I would probably, if you, because you want the mid-shaft and the ends to get lighter, right? And then you want to bring your hair lighter?
Yeah.
So I would probably go, away from your root.
That's what I'm
Mid-shaft
saying.
at the end,
Yeah,
I
because
would
I
go
think
onto your root, yeah.
if you put anything on that root and then you try to apply a color after that, you're gonna have that lifting.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes. And then it's going to be irritant on your scalp.
Yep.
So, and one other thing you can do with Boost also, so now that we're back to our fashion shades here, you could add Boost to the mid shaft and the end for any of your reds.
Yeah.
And now it's gonna make it vibrant. Your X, you know, your RKs, your RXs.
How much vibrant would it make?
It would make it very vibrant.
Okay, so
Yeah.
someone who really wants that.
Yes, yes. A lot of people, you know, I always feel, and I don't know if it's just me, but I always feel when I use reds, they're never red enough. I always feel reds. That's why I think when people transition from brands, they're always afraid of red. They're always like, well, what am I going to do with my redheads? Because when you finally find the red, you're afraid to switch brands because reds are hard. They're hard to get in and they're hard to get out, right? So I always feel that the reds are never vibrant enough, no matter what. Even if it's you put the gems in there or whatever. I just always feel like there's something missing. I always throw boost in my redheads, the mid shaft and the ends, and it just gives it that flavor, you know.
Yeah,
How many grams would you throw in?
Or Vermont.
Yeah.
I'll keep the Vermont or red, like if I usually have like if my ends are really crazy, I'll keep Vermont in my back pocket, just in case something may come out right, and I'll then freehand paint it through, and it works.
When you're using boost in any of your formulas, you have to add developer with it. So you make that as a developer. Our gems, for instance, on our bottom here, we have blue, violet, green, copper, and red. Those are additives. Those you do not have to add developer for. That's just an additive to Sparko.
Interesting.
So read in the back here, it says up to 3 natural level lifts based on the developer you use, 20, 30, or 40.
Right?
1 level lift on previous treated hair at 40 volume.
Right?
Color correct for unwanted tone deposit. 1 part boost, 30 grams boost.
Right?
And then you're gonna use your 20, 30, or 40 volume. So your max lift with your chroma shade, this is gonna cover the gray with the boost, because you're using 40 volume with it?
No.
Okay,
No. Where are you seeing that?
right here,
But here, you're looking here?
yeah.
Maximum lift with chroma shade.
So that's gonna be, and then you have your max lift with chroma platinum,
Right, the platinum is your 40 volume.
okay?
Your maximum lift, oh, so lift if you're going for the mid shaft and the ends.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that's gonna
yeah,
be with
yeah.
the 40 volume.
Right, mid shaft and the
And
ends.
then resistant gray, we're gonna use 20 volume, is gonna be your lowest developer.
Correct.
Okay, so we're gonna have resistant gray, we're gonna use the booster, the chroma color, and the 20 volume. Do you need to go 1 shade darker on your chroma, because this is gonna be lifting so high with the 20 and the booster?
No, well, if you're mixing it as a whole formula,
Mhm.
then I would. But if you're just putting a ribbon in, I wouldn't.
Okay,
'Cause
so
sometimes I
20
just throw-
volume, you're
right.
saying use,
Right, or 10.
try this first and then use
Right,
the 10 volume.
because sometimes I
and see.
just use just a ribbon, like
Okay.
1 key.
Okay,
round.
and then when it says 1 part chroma, 1 part boost, and then is this the grams down here, is the 1 part, is that for, just parts and parts,
For the
and then
platinum?
gram and gram is the exact same thing?
It's for what?
It's exact, the same measurements, right? 1 part, or 15 and 15,
Right,
right?
yeah, that's the same, yeah.
All right,
That's the same. But it's a great tool to have in your toolbox.
What size container does it come in?
2 ounces.
It's a cream.
Yes.
A little 2-ounce tube?
It's a tube. Yeah.
What the hell, man?
It's a tube.
we need a gallon of it.
It's a tube, yeah. No, it's great. Actually, when you put it in the bowl, you kind of, it smells like ammonia.
Okay.
Because color doesn't smell like that, but it smells like it.
Is your colors recommended, for without dryer, or is it okay to use dryer, heat it,
You know, it's recommended not to,
not to, okay?
but does some
Break the
people.
rules when you
yeah,
know it.
But I would watch it.
Okay.
But I wouldn't probably
Do it
do
with boost.
50% of boost. If you're doing a ribbon,
Okay.
you know, you can.
Okay.
But
Wow, that's exciting.
yeah, boost is great.
Yeah, that's especially with
Boost
the
changes
reds.
a lot. Boost
Yeah.
changes a lot. And same with the developer. So we'll go to the developer part now. Or actually we'll go with the high lifts. So we have our high lifts are on the top. We have our N, our ash, our violet, our pearl, and our beige. High lifts are mixed with our 40 volume. Double the developer. And just to let you know, I don't know if anybody does high lifts here. High lifts are basically formulated for a level 5.5, 6, and higher. Anything under a 5, you're never gonna get. You're never gonna get that beautiful blonde that you think you can get on high lifts. You're not, unless you're doing blonde on blonde, which means if you're gonna highlight. If you're gonna highlight like a level 5, you're gonna do a high lift on her and then put highlights on it, then it's gorgeous. But you're never gonna get a level 4 or a level 5 way up there. It's just, no matter what. But if you're at a level 5 and you do half your formula boost and half your formula that, you will get like you'd get it on a level 6. You'll get that high lift, which is great.
Let me ask you this, if you have, let's say, a 6 in, you put 6 in on the person, and you wanna go back to normal, and you use the boost, you do a shampoo cat, is that hair treated like virgin hair or not?
If you have a level 6 and you're putting boost on it
To do like that shampoo cat.
Okay, but-
To say, she wants to start going blonde,
okay.
so.
So then when she's done, you dry her, now what you're left with, you're gonna treat it
Right.
like it's a
Would
virgin.
you, would these high lifts apply to that, or because it's, previously colored, I mean, you stripped all the pigment out?
You're gonna strip most of it out so you could use that. Yeah, because you'll see when you put boost on it and you take it down, it's probably gonna be like a burnt coppery orange
Right.
color. So it's gonna have really no color in it.
Okay,
So
so I
then
know
you can
color
go
is
with
a
high
lift
lift.
color, but that was that theory right there?
About color lifting color, right, because you already took it out.
Correct.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
One more thing on the boost.
Yes.
Do you use this as a base break or anything like that?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use it as a base break.
And
Yeah.
is it, so the timing is up to 45 minutes
Right.
and 65, so is it a
Uh,
slow?
Well, with a base break, I wouldn't leave it on that long
Okay.
anyway, only because you don't want to, base break, you don't want to expose the
Shuffle
form.
things.
So you just want to like kind of
Yep.
break it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you can use it, but you got to remember,
It's gonna bring
it's
another
going to be
one.
aggressive.
Okay,
It's going to be
it's
aggressive.
gonna be aggressive. Okay, don't do it.
So we got our great coverage done, and then we have our developers. So our developers are, I don't think they're on here, right?
Developer recommendations.
Oh, there we go. So our mixing is 1 to 1.5, not 1 to 1. We have it mixed, we have it written here, grams or ounces. So I don't know if you're a gram person or an ounce person, do you have that? No? So again, it's mixed 1 to 1.5, which is great. And grams and ounces. I don't know if you mix here. I was always an ounce person, now I'm a gram person.
I'm
What?
still ounce.
You're an ounce, right?
I'm the only one now.
That's ounces, right?
I like a good ounce.
Yeah, so here it has it formulated both ways. So it's easy, for whatever you are, if you're transitioning or if you have a couple of different color lines. But again, it's 1 to 1.5, not 1 to 1. And our platinum high lifts is 1 to 2. Tone on tone. I say 35 minutes. It says 20 to 35. I'm a 35-minute man.
You said 10 volume?
For 10 volume. 20 volume is for great coverage also if you're lifting. So if somebody is not 100%, and they do have some of their natural mix in there. And then going higher, if you're going from a 5 to a 6, or something like that, then you use your 20 volume, you know? 30 volume is 2 levels of lift, and 40 volume is 3 levels of lift. Don't be afraid to use 40 to 3 levels of lift. Everybody always feels like 40 volume, oh my God, but it's formulated that way. That's how it's formulated.
When using your 11 series and covering gray, which neutral do you recommend? The 00 or?
Yeah,
Because
that's it.
I still want to make sure that I'm getting rid of the warmth, but still
Yes.
adding warmth.
Yeah, I would do, because in any high lift, it doesn't really cover that much gray.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you need kind of to add a gold or something in there. You know what I'm saying?
Like-
But sometimes when if they don't have a lot of gray, it will cover, and it'll just mix in with their lightness. You know?
Okay.
Because at that point, it doesn't matter if it's lighter, because
Okay.
you want the whole thing lighter.
So you mix what now on that?
The 11 series, like I like to use 1 part neutral to cover gray.
Of the 11N, well, you
Well,
would,
and
well,
then I
if
would
you're,
use like 11, I would use something like 11B or 11B and some 9N in there to lift and cover my gray at the same time with 40 volume.
yes, yeah.
What is the, what is your, product that's in there that keeps it?
That keeps
I
you up.
saw like a CBD or, not CBD, but
Conditioning.
NBCCSS?
The conditioning.
Yeah, what they,
In the high lift, we have the coconut oil in there, all that, the
Everything.
CDP is in that, yeah.
what is this?
CDP.
Yeah. What is the CDP?
CDP,
CDP, the also
yes,
is.
condition, deposit, and protect. I'm gonna
Okay,
give you a
well,
sheet.
there you go, nice.
I'm gonna give you a sheet.
Okay. Condition, deposit, protect.
I'll give you these sheets.
Okay.
These are like the spec sheets.
Okay, perfect.
So it shows you with what that is in it, stuff
Okay.
like that, you could have that.
All right, thank you.
So in our book, we're gonna move to tones now, which is a demo permanent. But in our book, you don't need 2 books. So I'm gonna show you this and we'll go to the paper swatch. In our swatch book, anything that says tones means we have it in Chroma and Tones. So it's 1 book, you don't need 2 books. So if you see it says tones, tones, that's what we have in our tones, which is our demo. There is only, I think, 4 shades that's tones only, and it'll say it on there, like tones only, tones only. So tones is our demi-permanent line. No ammonia, which is great.
Okay, coming from a L'Oreal side, how does it compare to Shades EQ? Because that's what most
That's
people
red
use.
gin.
Or, I mean, but.
Yeah, so Shades EQ is acid base. So it's deposit only. This is alkaline. So this will lift.
The tones will lift.
Tones will lift. If you use a 10 volume, it'll break your base. If you use our 7 volume, it won't. But it has the technology
Higher
that
volume developed.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And we do sometimes. Sometimes we use 10 volume because you want to tone somebody and you want to shift the bass a little bit.
Yes.
So you use our 10 volume.
I do that with the color I have now too.
Okay.
Yeah. So its tones is ammonia free. It's also PPD free, which is great because everybody is looking for PPD. The shine is amazing. It lasts up to 24 shampoos. So, this is our tone line. Most of it mimics Chroma. There's only a couple that doesn't. And that's our 10V and our 9V.
What question is what? I mean, not to interrupt you, but even say you're out of the tones line, like even in the color lines that I carry, with Aloxxi being one of them, I've always found too, if I didn't have it in a tone, I could use it in the permanent line with just a lower volume.
Absolutely.
The lowest 7 volume
Yep.
hat.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it'll, because there's not that much ammonia in the color, you'll still get a nice vibrant tone without a lot of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. So again, we have our naturals, our natural tan, our natural tan, our 7NT and 5NT, even mixing them together, are amazing for low lighting. If you like a nice low light, it's amazing. We have our natural ashes, our beige, which is great toners, our GVs, our ashes, and then of course we go into the intense ash, the pearl and the violet is what is out there now, is the cool shades. Everybody wants our cool shades. And then we have our fashion shades.
Let me ask you this, you're not aggressive, meaning, let's say it says 30, 35 minutes, something happens, I'm running behind, it leaves on 40, 45 minutes, and I'm going back to it, and I'm like, this is not the shade, because that's, Shades EQ does that, I will not use it no more.
It goes darker.
Yes.
Right. Because it's,
Or it deposits more of the ash.
right, because it's progressive.
Right.
So, most colors are progressive unless it's on virgin hair. So, when something is virgin, it stops working, like Chroma stops working after 35 minutes. It just stops. Mid shaft to the end, if it was on the mid shaft to the end or something that's highlighted, it's going to be progressive because it doesn't know to stop because it's on. So virgin hair, it will stop. Tones, is it progressive? It is a little progressive, but it's not. It won't get darker. It gets richer. The tone gets richer. It doesn't get darker at all. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't like when you're acid, it actually gets deeper, deeper, deeper. Because there are sometimes you could actually lose your highlights if you tone. You know what I'm saying? It does not do that.
Now, would you use the ash or the violet if you're trying to eliminate yellow?
Violet.
To get more of a white.
Violet.
That's what I would always.
Yeah.
Say, tell that.
You know what's the old saying? Christmas. Wait, what is it? Christmas, Easter.
Later.
Right? So Christmas is red and green. Easter is yellow and violet or purple, and then the other ones are
Orange and blue.
yeah, orange and blue is the Met, right? The New York Mets.
Guardians.
But yeah, but you know what? Violet's like that. Everybody's afraid of violet. It's so beautiful.
I'll put it in everything.
It's so beautiful. And you know what? Even like, I've done this a lot too, even with my traditional color. Like when I use Chroma, like if somebody wants just a 5N, you know, or a 6N, I'm just like, you always want to play, right? We're colorists, right? We're all artists in our own way, so we want to play, right? I'll always do like a little ribbon of copper in there, just like this much. And so when it comes out, it just doesn't look flat. You know what I'm saying? It looks like kind of marbleized and rich. And then like when they go somewhere else where they do it at home, it doesn't come out that way. Because we add that little spark to it, you know? Like it's like, we are so, like nobody does what we do.
Well, you gotta give them a reason why they need to keep coming back to this professional stylist.
Well, there's one thing I'm gonna talk about that makes us different than everybody else, and I'm gonna get that right after this, before we go on. So tone, so this is our, you know, traditional, demi-permanent. It covers up to 50% of white hair. It has CDP in it. It has meadowfoam seed oil instead of coconut oil in it, which is great. What else? Let me see what else here.
The gems in this line, are they the same fashion ones that are in the other?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, there's two
is
different
it-
ones though.
Oh, okay, so this one's a pinch softer than what that is, or?
It's a pinch what?
A pinch softer than the other one?
No.
Not as vibrant, or?
No, they're still vibrant, yeah.
They're the same, pretty much.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Do we
Yeah.
carry the gems?
And you
What's
don't
that?
need a lot.
Do we have the gems?
Yes.
We do?
You just had to look.
That's why I'm asking.
Would you like to borrow my glasses, young man?
So
Yeah,
it's great for a
one-
color, tones is great for a color refresher.
I have one comment to make, it's real serious. Who the hell is a W the vodka again, notice? I keep wanting to go for it.
Go get it. And there's candy up there too. I bought candy. We always need candy once in a while. So it's great for, mid shaft and the ends. If sometimes, you know, you do a client's hair, you need to pull through. With Aloxxi, I don't know if you've noticed or not, once you do it the right way and you use our color lock and color prime, you never have to ever pull through again. You only have to do a root touch-up, but we'll get to that. So this is great for gray blending. This is great for first-time clients when somebody's new to color. So I'll use tones. There are times I will use tones on people more than I use traditional permanent color because if there's not more than 50% of white hair, I don't need permanent color. Why would I need permanent color, right? So why do I need to do that? All I'm really doing is making the hair shiny or changing their tone. I'm not really, you know, covering.
You
So I use tones.
Okay, I get it.
It's mixed 1 to 2, so you're using less. You don't even need a full tooth.
But tone color as salon owners costs more than the regular color, okay?
But you can get 2 applications instead of 1.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the price difference?
Huh?
What's the price difference per?
Told you we'd have to kill you.
Is it like, I mean, it's probably like a $2 or $3 difference.
It's not that much. I mean, every brand is different.
Why you gotta be so
Says
cheap?
it all for you.
Listen, Chris.
Yeah, I got a question. I got clients, you know, a lot of, older clients are starting to come up with way out. And she's got probably about 6 inches of uncolored hair, and I've been toning that just to, with Provence.
Okay.
Okay? And it's a 5-minute toner, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. But the biggest thing, it doesn't last. It lasts about, because it is, vegetable dye. So I guess it's vegetable dye, I don't know.
Let me ask you a question. How long do you leave it on for?
Well, it only says 5, but I leave it on 10 to 15.
Right.
But it will cancel out, when they leave, it is the prettiest blend I've ever seen. But when I see them at church, let's say 3 weeks later, I'm like, what do they use? And they use the shampoo I recommend, it just fades out. So if I use this, if I come up with.
This is about 24 shampoos.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta remember something. If something is virgin hair, or something that is not compromised hair, you need to leave it on for at least 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
You need to, because it's like when you tone somebody, toning's from 2 to 10 minutes, depends, because the hair is compromised. It's,
Right.
it's the cuticle blown out, we want to close it down, we want to do everything we want to do. If it's on regular hair that has nothing,
No, it's on the previous color hair. It's faded. It's got that orange.
So I would leave it on longer. I would leave, this is meant for 20 to 25 minutes, like a good 20 minutes with this.
Okay.
And it'll last at least 24 shampoos, and most women don't even shampoo their hair that much.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it should last till their next service. And it still should look as rich, But now that's a good segment to go to this next area.
But, as reiterate,